This is part 2 of Joe remembering Remembrance Day. So I have 2 stories I want to share with you. So this is still memoirs of a World War II bomber pilot. That was my dad's pilot in World War II. I just really think his attitude was really cool. This is Lloyd Patton, who's the pilot. Okay, listen to this part. We had discovered a quaint English pub a couple of miles down the road from our station. You can make fun of this like you did last night if you want. It was called the Boot and Shoe.
The Boot and Shoe!
That's for you, Kevin. We were all issued bicycles, and on free evenings and weekends, we would pedal down there for a few points.
Pedally, 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 pedally.
The English people couldn't understand how us Canadian officers and non-commissioned officers could travel together as a group like that.
What, cheerio?
Okay, don't interrupt now. This is the important part. On the station, we had separate billets and mess halls, but the English military went their separate ways at all times. Class distinction, they called it. We were all in the same class as far as I was concerned. He sounds like a really cool guy. Okay, now I found the part where my dad was really calm, cool, and collected.
What? Looks like you've written in pencil in the book.
Nope. Didn't what? Okay. They've gone on a sortie. Okay. At the required height, at a certain time, we turned and headed south towards Hamburg.
Top secret, can't tell you what that height was.
All of this was to try and confuse the enemy defenders, but they always had plenty of greeting cards to spare as searchlights and anti-aircraft fire began to erupt.
Speaking of which, the anti-aircraft glare for the pilot is what my Uncle Ken said drove him to distraction with respect to driving at night, because that's what it reminded him of, was the glare of the searchlights trying to get the airplanes,
And the anti-aircraft.
To allow the anti-aircraft to shoot at them. So he really did not like to drive at night, because that whatever that look in the windshield was reminded him of being in the plane on a bombing run.
So sort of
searchlights.
A post-traumatic stress
Yep.
reaction. Before too long, we were caught in a cone of searchlights, but managed to escape as before. We could see fires burning far from far in the distance. The early arrivals had already been there. We were being peppered by flak as we approached the target, with Bob, that's my dad, with Bob in his bomb sight position giving me instruction in his usual calm, unexcited voice. Bomb doors open, left or right steady, then bombs away.
Open the bomb bay doors, Hal.
As we dived away from this massive blazing inferno, he spoke in a more excited voice when he said the bomb doors wouldn't close.
Close the bomb bay doors, Hal. Hal, close the bomb bay doors.
Bombay. The manual device wouldn't work either. The mechanism had been damaged by shrapnel, and we were in big trouble. 2/3 of the fuel supply was used to get to the target, and 1/3 left to get back to base. We would never make it with the extra drag of an open bomb bay. I see why you call it the bomb bay doors. I didn't get it. Through that, you were just being loony.
The Calcutta doors.
Mumbai. We would never make it with the extra drag of an open bomb space bay through the heavy defenses yet to be encountered. There was a big emergency airport on the very tip of the southeast coast of England. Pete was also aware of it and gave me a course to fly. Pete is the navigator. It was our only hope, and also a slim one at that. I tried to nurse the plane along without too much throttle as best I could, where Ronnie was having fits watching the gas gauges. Pete seemed to have the uncanny ability of keeping us apart and to the right of the main stream on the way home. It was the same on this occasion, as I could see the fireworks far to the left. I asked him about this later on, but he said no, the other guys must have been off course. We were now crossing the southern part of the North Sea and approaching the emergency air base. It came into view from a distance as gas flares on both sides of the long runway were lit to burn off any fog. But there were none present at this time. I was letting down but trying to maintain some altitude in case the fuel was gone and we could glide in for landing. Can you imagine being on a passenger airplane and being that calm telling about it? Glide in for landing. Other crippled aircraft were landing ahead of us, and I wondered if we might have to miss our turn. Then Ron frantically reported that we had to land now or we were going to land anyway. I requested an immediate emergency landing to fly control and received the okay. We landed and just managed to turn off the runway when all 4 engines quit. This was an unbelievable stroke of luck. There. That's the end of that story. Kind of like these stories. I could do another one tomorrow. Stories for Remembrance Day week.
Yeah. We might want to get, copyright permission before we do that.
He's dead. Lloyd Patton.
He's dead. He won't care.
And his dedication. I would like to dedicate these memories to my entire family, in particular as a legacy to our grandchildren. I owe a debt of gratitude to my grandson, Scott Annett. He had the unenviable task of deciphering my scrawled handwriting and converting it to the printed variety. Without his computer expertise, devotion, and inspiration, I wouldn't have been able to attempt this project.
There you go. Better contact him.
Even signed to me.
All right. That's it. That's all. Cheerio.
Let's go have a pint. Oh, we can't. What was it to the boot?
Hey, it's Baha'u'llah's birthday today.
Ooh, that's right.
For those of you who don't know who that is, look it up. Use the Google.
Use the Force. Baha'u'llah is the founder of the Baha'i faith.
Yep.
The last, most recent manifestation of God.
Yep.
Before him was Muhammad.
And before him was?
Jesus.
And before him was?
Moses.
And before him was?
I don't know.
There was one before. I just don't remember either.
There's Buddha and Krishna and
a bunch of others.
Adam.
Okay, this daily video vlog's now gone.
Way too long. You can chop that up.
I'm going to chop it right here.